And hello everyone, welcome back to your next tutorial on meteorjs. So in the previous tutorial we took a look at actually uploading our file to AWS. Today we'll be taking a look at actually downloading that file from AWS so we can actually view it. So let's get started. And we can start from a fresh plate here. So let's go to server utils s3 here and create a new function. And we can import this, and in this get signed URL. And this, pretty much all this does is it downloads the file from S3. So we specify the bucket, and in the key is what we use to specify what file we want to fetch from S3. Then here we just pass that into AWS, and in the signed URL, we'll then pretty much just say, hey, S3, we want this file. Please give us a URL we can use to display that file. And that's all this does. And then we just simply return that URL. Now, to be able to view this, we will need to go to our imports, utils, UI, user profile page, and in here, we just want to actually save that image so we can actually view what's happening. But we don't really have a function to save this, so let's go to API, to user profile, methods, set method, and in here, we simply say set.userProfile.update profile photo. Now I'm creating another one here instead of just using update here because I want to show you the difference. You might think this is the best way to go about it. And as a developer, I sometimes just like doing this, just to get things out there quick and dirty. However, this is not really the best solutions because you may have noticed we need to do a lot of extra work here just to make sure that, hey, everything is exactly what we want and nothing else. The big issue is if you do this and one thing in here is wrong, then everyone and everything is affected that calls this method right here. Even if it has nothing related to that bug, you are still affected. Where with this right here, if this has a bug, then only the upload profile photo has a bug. Nothing else has a bug. So just something you might want to take into consideration, that maybe you want to split your things into smaller bits. It will use a little bit more effort whenever you want to implement something, but it's a lot safer than just specifying a global update. So I've shown you both. I've shown you how to do a global update in a way that is relatively safe because it will not allow any extra fields and it will check every single field. But again, most developers are too lazy and just going to skip this whole part right here. They're just going to say, I'm not going to do this right now, I'll do it later, and then later never happens. So if you're one of those developers, I actually recommend just taking the long road here because it will pay off in the short term and in the long term then. Then here we can just go async. And in here we want the key and the user ID. So the key is the file or the new name for the file that's going to be stored on S3. You want to save this key to the user database. Instead of the photo, you want to just save the key because the photo is already saved on S3. So we just need the key whenever we want to access it. And then the user ID is just to say who we're saving it to. So let's copy this. We go to our methods, or to our models, I mean. Then here we say export, interface, method, paste the name there, model, and make it Pascal. Then user ID, which is a string, and a key, which is also a string. And in here, just paste that in there, make sure to import it, then get our fields. Then we just check. User ID should be a string, and we check. Key should also be a string. There we go, const user is equal to await current user async. And then if not user, so we did not receive a currently logged in user, then return no auth error. Because if you're not logged in, how do you have permissions to save any images as someone's profile? And then we just make sure that the person that's logged in is also the person updating the profile picture. So if user._id is the same as the user ID, or in this case, if it's not the same, we want to throw an error. So return no auth error. And then finally, we're going to go const current user is equal to if the user._id is the same as the user ID, then user, otherwise await get user by ID async, user ID. You might be thinking to yourself, but hey, Steve, what's happening here? Because we already checked that they're not the same. Now, why exactly are we doing this? This is actually just an oopsie in my lessons for today, because this is actually a future part of the code. But this is what we want here, because later we're going to have admins, and that will be in the next part of the tutorial. So we'll have admins, and admins should be able to bypass this, which will then work here. For you, it is perfectly fine if you ignore this line of code right now, because we'll be using it later, but I accidentally included it in this video, so it's no biggie. Just know that this will be for later when we add admins. Then if not current user, return not found error, so the user was simply not found, user account. And then we simply do in await user profile collection dot update async. We pass in the user ID and then $set the photo and give it that key value. As simple as that. If you want to make sure that exists, you can go to the user profile model, and you'll notice right here we have a photo which contains the photo model. Alright, and like that, we just save it to the user account. Now we can go back to our index.tsx here, and now that we have the key, we can say try, and if it fails, we just say error response, we return that error as meteor.error, and we specify could not save new profile photo. Then finally here we just say await meteor.callAsync, and what we called this, I'm just going to copy it, paste it there, and to get the data we need to pass in, we say const data, we will type method set user profile update model. There we go. And actually method user profile update profile photo model. There we go. Thought something was weird there. And in this user ID would just be user.user ID. Then as data, we simply pass it in there. And now we have actually saved the profile photo. Now that we have it, we actually want to download it and display it to the user. So let's go back all the way up and just create a new state, profile photo. And this will contain a string or undefined. Now, of course, you could do it in here because this mini user profile contains the photo right there. This here is just so when we do save it, we don't need to reload the whole user account. This is if you need to just do a little bit of fetching and you don't need to fetch everything. So if you have a lot of big data, splitting it up like this might be the better option than just getting everything all at once. So the const fetch profile photo becomes in async. We need the key, which is of type string. Now we didn't really have a way to get this other than this s3 method right here, which is only accessible at the moment from the server. So let's create a AWS method in the get section. Alright, so here we can just say get.aws.file from s3, and this will be an asynchronous function that returns a promise of string or undefined. However, it also needs to take in the key so we know what we want to fetch. So instead of models, we go here and just say export interface method model, and we just make this a Pascal case and say key, which is a string. We then copy that, go here and say so this type, import this, say key, and in here we go and make sure that check is imported, that key is of type string, and if it is, we can go try and catch. In the case that an error does happen, we can simply return internal server error downloading image, which is not really correct because this was just fetching the image URL. So this should actually be error fetching image URL, and in console.error Just in case we do get an error, we can get a good glimpse of what's actually being said here. Then we go const data is equal to await download file from S3. We pass in the key. Then if no data was returned to us, we can say return internal server error. Image data was not returned. And in return data if it was. There we go. And as easy as that, we now have a method to actually download this file, or at least get the string so we can download it on client from S3. Now here, we can simply go and make a try and catch with an error response, error as meteor.error, could not get. Then we want to call this method right here, so meteor.callAsync, pass that data in there, and then const data is equal to method get AWS. There we go. Autocomplete is truly a beast. And in here we pass in our data, we say await, and we set profile photo to res, and const res of course. And this will of course be either a string or undefined. Perfect. Now, first if we go to fetch user profile here, actually fetch data here, then we go if photo, there we go, photo.key, if it actually does exist, we want to fetch profile photo user.photo.key, and we can await that as well. Now that we have this here, we can actually fetch that profile photo as we do here. Then here where we have our custom request, we can maybe just fetch profile photo and then just pass in key. And well, that will just fetch the latest one if we have just uploaded a new one. Alright, then here where we show the avatar, we actually want to show the image if there is a profile photo. So if profile photo, then do something else, we display this avatar right here. I'll just copy this right now and put it in here. So if this is not defined, or if this is not undefined, then we will actually show the image. Otherwise, we will just show the dummy one, which we have right here. That's just like add Jack. So let me just add some styling to make this look good. There we go. And in the source, we read the profile photo. And you can add an alt if you want and just say avatar. And you don't really need anything in here. There we go. Now, currently it has nothing. So let's actually upload an image and see if it works. I'm going to upload this one right here. Upload it. And Bob's your uncle. There we go. Now and when you refresh, there we go, it's still there. Now you might want to compress these images before you actually upload them, because as you can see, it's actually loading quite slowly because this image is actually fairly big. So you might want to compress your images before you actually proceed with uploading them. And I will just make them a little bit smaller so you don't have to worry about size later on, as well as like download speed, because there's like 100,000 profile photos on one page. It's going to be really slow having to download all of those. So just something you might want to keep in mind here. Alright, and in the next tutorial, we'll be taking a look at taking this profile photo and just deleting it. And then we're pretty much done with the AWS section of this course. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all again in the next Meteor tutorial.